When you are driven by humanity, you are driven by love. When you are truly driven by love, when you truly love other human beings, when you truly love your people, when you truly love people, you understand that caring for others is caring for self, and caring for self is caring for others. When you are in pursuit of justice, you tell the truth. And we are here today to support our sisters and brothers in the Congo who are pursuing justice, and other people around the world, all good people, all people of goodwill around the world, in pursuit of justice for the Congolese people who have been mass murdered, mass raped, who've had crimes against humanity committed against them, war crimes committed against them, and genocide that took place in the Congo. We are standing in solidarity with the people of the Congo, with Dr. Mukwege, in pursuit of justice for the victims of those crimes.
Yes, we are standing in solidarity with all Congolese. Remember, when Dr. Denis Mukwege received the Nobel Prize, in his speech, he mentioned this.
Avec ces prix Nobel de la paix,
with this Nobel Peace Prize, I call the world to bear witness. And I urge you to join us in order to put an end to this suffering that shames our common humanity. The people of my country desperately need peace.
Denis Mukwege is a Congolese doctor, winner of the Nobel Peace Prize for his work as gynecologist repairing wounds of women who have been raped. He's at the forefront of the fight against rape as a weapon of war, both in his profession as a doctor and in calling for the perpetrators to be brought to justice. He has not only spoken out, but has used his global platform to call for the creation of international tribunals to try the perpetrators of the crimes described in the UN mapping report.
This is Dr. Denis Mukwege, who received the Nobel Prize, who asked how to build a peace on mass graves, how to build a peace without truth or reconciliation, how to build a peace without justice or reparation. The Nobel Prize man continues by saying this.
au moment où je vous parle,
As I speak to you,
un rapport est en train de moisir dans les
a
tiroirs
report is gathering mold in an office drawer in New York.
Il a été rédigé
It was drafted following a professional truth investigation
sur les crimes de guerre et les
into
violations
war
des
crimes
droits
and
humains
human rights
perpétrées au
violations
Congo.
perpetrated in Congo.
Cette enquête nomme
This
explicitement
investigation expressly names the victims, the places, and the
et
dates,
évite les auteurs.
but leaves the perpetrators
Ce rapport
nameless.
du projet mapping
The
établi
report
par le
of the mapping
Haut-Commissariat
project
des Nations
established
Unies aux
by
droits humains
UNHCR describes no fewer than 617 war crimes and crimes against humanity,
et peut-être même
and perhaps
des
even
crimes de
crimes of
génocide.
genocide.
For this, he has received serious death threats. He has been the subject of multiple assassination attempts. We are all consumers of electronic devices such as cell phones and other devices powered by minerals from the Democratic Republic of Congo. As mindful consumers, Dr. Mukwege's noble fight for justice is a fight for humanity that we must all embrace and support.
I am Rwandan and I support Dr. Mukwege's efforts to pursue justice for the victims of mass atrocities, mass rapes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and acts of genocide committed in the Congo.
I am Rwandan and I support Dr. Mukwege in his effort to pursue justice for the mass atrocities, mass rapes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide committed in the Congo. I support justice for all the victims because as a defender of human rights myself, I don't want it to be done in my name. If it's my government, the Rwandan government, or anyone else concerned, I would like it to go in front of justice.
So I saw with my eyes how people was killed, and I lost the half of my family, my father, my mother, my 3 sisters, and one of my brothers.
I am Rwandan and I support Dr. Mukwege in his efforts to pursue justice for mass atrocities, mass rapes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and the genocide committed in the Congo. I support justice for all victims because impunity has lasted long enough. It is horrible to be the victim of a rape. It is even more so when it happens in a war zone.
I'm a Rwandan and I support Peace Nobel Prize winner Dr. Mukwege in his effort to seek justice for millions of victims and survivors of mass rapes, atrocious killings, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide committed in DR Congo in the past 25 years.
I support justice for all victims because we have enough credible evidence in the mapping report. The survivors witnessed how this genocide was done systematically and in well-organized manner. The victims, Congolese and Rwandan exiled in Congo, were killed using hand weapons, and for some, their bodies were burned to hide evidences.
I am Rwandan, and I support Dr. Mukwege in his efforts to pursue justice for all mass atrocities, mass rapes, war crimes, crimes against humanity, and genocide committed in the Congo. I support justice for all of the victims because, first of all, it is the right thing to do.
We must send a strong signal to perpetrators that no one is above the law. We vowed never again in 1994. We must stick to that word no matter what the perpetrators.
I support justice for all victims because I strongly believe one day justice will prevail for all victims, and we continue to press on for justice. We press on for the struggle of fighting against impunity in the Great Lakes region.
As a human being, it's in my moral obligation to stand and speak against any injustice. Democratic Republic of Congo have become a war ground of some of the neighboring countries and multiple rebellions. According to the UN mapping report of 2010, countries like Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi have committed war crimes towards Congolese people and Rwandan refugees in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Hutu refugees in Congo have been ethnically targeted and killed by Rwandan Defense Forces of Kagame. Today, I stand with Dr. Mukwege in pursuit of justice for all victims.
I'm originally from Rwanda. I support Dr. Mukwege. I believe justice for all is just a beginning for the reconciliation for all people. It's a reconciliation for the whole nation, for the whole region. Justice is important for the real development, for the real peace in the whole region.
I am Rwandan and I support Dr. Mukwege in his efforts to pursue justice for the mass atrocities, mass rapes, war crimes, and crimes against humanity. There's also a genocide that was committed in the Congo. I support justice for all the victims because the impunity in the Great Lakes has made it possible for dictators to continue killing innocent people. And if the UN has had the mapping report for over a decade now, why hasn't justice been served? It has to be done when the perpetrators are still alive so that the next generations can know that there's no one who is overrated under the law.
I am Rwandan. I support Dr. Mukwege in his efforts to pursue justice for the mass atrocities, mass killings, mass rapes, crimes against humanity, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. I support justice for all the victims because genocide is a crime against humanity and must not go unpunished.
I stand resolutely to demand justice for all these victims because one act of injustice against one human being is an act of injustice for the whole humanity. I am outraged that the mapping report made public by the UN since the 1st of October 2010 has not given rise to any legal action to date. How can the women and children of Congo and the Great Lakes region know peace if mass murderers remain comfortably in power without being held accountable for their actions?
I am American from Rwanda. I support justice for all the victims, just because no justice, no peace. And again, the dead cannot cry out for justice. Therefore, it is a duty for us, the living ones, to do so for them.
It documents over 600 incidents of the most atrocity committed between 1993 and 2003 in Congo. These crimes include rape, burning of people alive, burning of dead bodies to hide evidence, decapitation, torturing, burning of people alive, and many more horrible crimes.
We are calling for international tribunals to try the perpetrators of the crimes documented in the UN mapping report released on October 1st, 2010. We are Rwandans. In spite of what you heard from Paul Kagame, the president of Rwanda, on May 18th, 2021, when he denied the crimes reported in the mapping report, saying that it didn't happen, in spite of what you heard from Kagame's advisor, General James Kabarebe, on July 18th, 2020, saying that not a single body can be found in the Congo. When we know, we say no.
My comrade said it well. When we are driven by humanity, we are driven by love. Brothers and sisters in the Congo, we stand with you. We join our voices to yours and say, justice is not negotiable, loud and clear. We thank each and every one of our guests for choosing the right side of history. Together we can and we shall.